Hey there, Helldivers. Here's a few updates on the current situation in the game.
The Galactic War, a battleground awaiting your heroic intervention.
The Helldivers managed to fuel the DSS and put it straight into battle against the Jet Brigade of the automatons. Due to its untested offensive and defensive actions, we were not able to utilize its power to defeat the Jet Brigade. What High Command now call a success is a battle we have not yet won, and the Jet Brigade still hold Gaellivare and all the planets it ran over before it. But today I think a recap is in order. A month ago, we made first contact with the Jet Brigade as they launched an assault on Matar Bay from the Lakai sector and the planet Chuhei. Their strength was previously unseen, and they quickly managed to beat the Helldivers rushing in to defend the planet as they continued their assault onwards to Martale. Martale fell, but in a surprising show of force, the Helldivers put a stop to their offensive on the planet Marfark and effectively ended the threat of the Brigade, or so they thought. High Command issued a major order on both fronts and asked the Helldivers to choose. Either liberate Liseth and build a buffer zone between the remaining Jet Brigade and the DSS build site, or defend against 3 incoming attacks from the Terminids in order to keep the preserve on Akamar 4 safe and give it enough time to finish construction. With Helldivers split between 2 fronts, both the liberation and defense proceeded slowly, and when the Terminids attacked 2 planets at once, it made the divide even greater, and the Helldivers found themselves accomplishing next to nothing. On top of that, the automatons suddenly launched an attack on Acer Pass from the planet Vernon Wells, and it was clear we would not be able to defend it at the same time as 2 other defense campaigns took place around Akamar 4. Things were looking grim, but Super Earth's finest persisted and continued to rain down on Lesath despite the impossible odds. In the end, Lesath was liberated, and the DSS was now assumed to be safe from the automaton threat, and the Helldivers expected its imminent completion. Along came Liberty Day, and Helldivers took half a day off to watch the celebration on the Super Destroyer TV. Helldivers aren't welcome to the parade after all, and definitely not welcome to set their foot on the actual Super Earth. There is a reason your galactic map prevent your Super Destroyer from traveling back there. Helldivers were quickly ordered back to work, and this time, Super Earth ordered the completion of 3 different objectives across both of the fronts within the same major order. Again, Helldivers found themselves struggling to make any progression towards their goals. It was ordered to liberate the planet Matar Bay in order to find an automaton database containing the origin of the Jet Brigade and its home base. On top of that, it was ordered to hold and defend both planets, Gakrux and Pandion 24, on the bug front. On top of that, it was ordered to defend against 5 attacks on the bot front, all within the same major order. The Helldivers immediately liberated Matar Bay and supposedly found the important high-security database of the Jet Brigade, as well as fended off several automaton attacks on quick succession on the bot front. The automatons tried to retake Chlorel and the Deep Mantle Forge complex, but were swiftly shut down as it was still needed for the construction of the DSS. In the end, only the planet Gaellivare remained unclaimed, and time was running out. With only 8 hours left on the order, Gaellivare was at 50% liberation, and all other orders had already been completed. In the end, the Helldivers liberated Gaellivare 3 hours after deadline, and was awarded no success. Those last 3 hours was going to prove very punishing in a short while. As stated, the preserve on Akamar 4 was now at risk and put on high alert. Mere days later, it was announced the DSS construction had now entered Phase 3 of its development. This time, the Helldivers were ordered to protect and oversee the massive relocation of 1.3 million colonists from the Gloom-adjacent planets in order to staff the Giga Construction DSS and make it operational. As if aware of this, the Terminids launched heavy attacks out of the impenetrable gloom on all neighboring planets from which colonists were willfully moved. The Helldivers were ordered to defend against 8 attacks of the Terminids, as well as hold the colonist planets Terex Cirrus and Angel's Venture. Attacks were coming in waves against 2 planets at the same time, dividing the Helldiver forces. The Helldivers returned to the planet Boar Rock for a second time during this major order, and held off the Terminid forces with ease, successfully completing 8 defense campaigns. So far, the Helldivers had managed the orders of High Command quite well. For those who were not present on some of the contested planets throughout this series of events, it would seem the Helldivers had breezed through the campaigns with only a minor setback. But for those who had witnessed the sacrifices that had been made up until this point, knew that most Helldivers had worked harder than ever before to safeguard and finally get to see the fruit of their labor. The structure of amazement, the DSS. The time had come. The sole remaining step was to gather enough fuel so the crew could turn the keys and finally start our weapon of mass liberation. But it wasn't going to be that easy, was it? Remember the high-security database we fought to steal from the automatons on Matar Bay? For some reason, Super Earth had not managed to decrypt it or gather any useful information from it. For at this very moment, the Jet Brigade was suddenly seen amassing forces on the planet Vernon Wells. In a single day, the Jet Brigade managed to crush the Helldivers, rushing to defend the logistics hub on the planet Tarsh, in what was to be described as the strongest automaton attack on a single planet ever to have been witnessed in the Second Galactic War. At the same time, despite being set on high alert and supposedly having armed nuclear weapons on perimeter fences above and below ground, there was a massive outbreak of Terminids at the Preserve on such a scale that they were able to launch a never-before-seen force attacking all 5 neighboring planets at once. Those precious 3 hours had now amassed into something that was going to set the Helldivers back weeks on the bug front. There was a short window of opportunity where the Helldivers could have pulled off a gambit and struck the Terminids at the source of the outbreak. But High Command issued a dispatch to protect the research facilities on Turing instead. Since that's where most Helldivers had gone, Akamara 4 was left to its fate, and so was the other 4 planets now destined to be lost to this sudden Terminid swarm. While the Helldivers were dealing with 5 defense campaigns simultaneously on the bug front, the Jet Brigade now had the DSS in their sights. The Jet Brigade assaulted Mastia with such strength, it seemed the Helldivers had barely put a dent in their numbers, despite fighting them valiantly on 2 planets before. As the Helldivers were hurting on the automaton front, and the DSS came in graver and graver peril, the Helldivers on the bug front finally tallied up a kill count of 500 million Terminids that were quickly processed into oil. 3-170, and the DSS was quickly fueled up and operational. Through the new democratic voting system on the DSS, the Helldivers moved the station to meet the Jet Brigade head-on the planet Mastia and try out its brand new presidential class cannons. What happened next was a horrendous show where the DSS ended more lives of Helldivers in a single day with its planetary bombardment than would normally be lost in a week. But at least it helped to stop the Jet Brigade, right? Well, no. Despite bombing the surface of Mastia for almost 24 hours, the Jet Brigade now attacked Gaellivare with what seemed full force and threatened to take the planet out of Super Earth control. High Command seemed to really enjoy Gaellivare's vast sandy beaches because their order stood firm to hold Gaellivare for yet another day. By sending the DSS back to Gaellivare and counter the automaton attack, the Helldivers were now granted one more day to finish the fight and keep the planet in Super Earth control, with the help of flocks of eagles roaming the skies. This extra time was the pivoting moment in the Jet Brigade's campaign to end the DSS, and they were now shown the full force of the station's capabilities. The Jet Brigade had come late and were now mercilessly mowed down all across the planet by eagle after eagle hitting their targets with laser precision. For some reason, the DSS was then voted on to go to Akamar 4 in what can only be described as a move to keep it out of any unexpected harm's way. Without the DSS as a beacon of liberty in the sky, the Helldivers again found themselves treading water in the fight against the Jet Brigade. But High Command was now happy and exclaimed success, well, with exclamation marks. The DSS was now battle-proven and could be sold on every export market in the galaxy. No, wait. There is only one market for super-Earth weapons. It was now proven in battle, and could be allotted even more funding through government taxpayer programs. That must be it. Over and out.
Initiating FTL jump to the Agamar system. Jump complete.
Innocents perish with every wasted second. We must act.